What up? I'm back with another banging ass shitty stick figure cartoon. And we are going to be covering quite the subject today. Most of you guys have heard all about it. Some of you guys have done it yourselves. Today, we're going to be talking about my first ever bad trip. Now, prior to this experience, I had never had a bad trip before, therefore only making this one 10 times worse than it had to be, and we're going to explain why. First off, I feel like I should get this out of the way, just a little disclaimer. Don't do drugs. Drugs are bad and they make you smell like shit. Alright, I think that's enough for the YouTube police. Let's get into it. So this takes place in my sophomore year of high school. Back whenever I was a sophomore, I liked to not give a fuck about my health and well-being and go do stupid shit. And yeah, this stupid shit I was getting into this time just so happened to be some mushrooms. I won't sit here and talk about all the bullshit leading up to it. I'm just gonna get straight to the point. So we arrive at our little trip HQ. And me and my one old friend, we'll call him Tyler. Me and Tyler decided to go absolutely balls to the wall and take a whole quarter each. Now, I feel like anybody with a, working brain would be able to put two and two together and say, oh, well, maybe this is a bad idea. Fuck no, sophomore me was all over that shit. Literally had my name written all over it at this point. Now, this is where things start getting bad. We had this other dude with us, and we'll call him Ryan. We'll call this kid Ryan. And on the time that me and Tyler decided to pop a whole quarter each, just so happened to be this dude's first time tripping. Now it's important to note here that the dosage that Ryan took was not nearly as high as me and Tyler's. Ryan ended up taking a whopping 3.5 grams of mushrooms, which equals to an eighth. And now we're just gonna fast forward a little bit to the come up. So after about 15 minutes after I popped it, it started to hit me like a fucking Mack truck on the freeway. And on the come up, for whatever reason, we were listening to the theme song for Goat Simulator. I don't know if you guys remember that game, but it's a good ass game. Shout out Goat Simulator. And I'm sure if you just go on YouTube and look up Goat Simulator music, you can find the exact one we were looking at, because the one we were looking at on the TV had a picture of a goat with his tongue out. Hold up, Josepher the editor here. I just realized after looking at that picture, there is no tongue sticking out of the goat's mouth, so that just goes to show how much balls we were really tripping. Anyways, back to the video. Ryan ended up freaking himself out about it, and it sent him into a bad trip, therefore sending me and Tyler into a bad trip. And keeping in mind that this was my first ever time having a bad trip, the first thing I noticed about it is that I did not feel like myself. I don't know how many of you have problems with disassociating. It's literally just like disassociating, just amplified because you cannot use most of your senses because you're fucking whacked. So we just start calling everybody. We needed a ride down to Tyler's house ASAP. And fast forward a little bit through all the freaking out and whatnot, Tyler wasn't able to reach anyone that could pick us up, so he deadass just walked back down to his house. Cool. Now it's down to me and this fucking dude who's never done this before in his life, who's also having a bad trip. So whenever Tyler left, there was this very weird tension between me and Ryan. We were both sitting on a different couch and we would not set foot near each other. I feel like it was very obvious that we both thought we were trying to kill each other. It was very weird. But we ended up just sitting on the couch and talking, and eventually we talked for so long that my girlfriend at the time called me and asked if she could come down, and I was like, oh my god, yes, please come down. We need a sober person to sober us up. And yeah, she ended up coming down. She brought us some drinks, actually. And yeah, that's pretty much all there is to it. And again, just before I end the video, I feel like I should end it with another disclaimer. If you are going to do this kind of stuff, I didn't tell you to do it. Plain and simple. I didn't tell you to do it. But yeah, if you made it to the end of the video, I just want to say thank you guys so much for the support on the last video. You guys did excellent. I'm not going to keep you guys here too much longer. Have a blessed day. Stay up. See you guys.